Ready, and action! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's that time again. Time for another brilliant lecture here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College in beautiful, bustling, crowded, sultry, hot downtown Agency Village, South Dakota, with your super intelligent, super wise sage leader, Professor Victor Singingeagle. Yay! Okay, let's get started. I gotta quit fooling around. We got a whole lot of stuff to do, and I already wasted a whole minute with the introduction. This is again Dakota 210 or English 210, Native American literature. I know it says Native American literature, but I am broadening my focus on Aborigines, First Nations of the Americas. That's North and South America, to be particular. Now, I gotta get started. It says here I gotta take roll first, so let's do that. But I'm gonna show you one thing really fast. Where am I getting this? You probably can already tell that your professor is an ADHD adult. I'm going to scroll down and you can see this is our class Native Literature Meeting 1, Spring 2025. You right click on it and you open it in a new tab. I've already done that, which is here. And this helps me to stay on target, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, I would wander all over the place, and we don't need to talk about that. Keep in mind, like I said before, I'm always going to post lesson plans on eLearning. I'm also, every time, I'm going to start off with email and eLearning announcements. Keep in mind that you should always check your emails. Okay? All right. Why? Because there's all kinds of cool stuff that happens on our campus, and one of my favorite has to do with this one, extra funding opportunities. There's always money, especially for us natives, money available and that goes unclaimed. And a lot of times I will post it or remind you to check your emails. Okay, other stuff. All right. Now, let's go to the introductions. And I got to do this quickly because, at least in my tribe, we don't like to say me, I all the time. It drives us nuts because we're supposed to think of others first and put others before ourselves. But because I'm introducing myself, I got to explain a little bit about who we are and how we got here. Who is this strange old man standing before you? We all have our stories. And one thing that I like to tell people is to respect the stories, respect lives of other people. I know a lot of times other human beings can be annoying as HE double hockey sticks, but remember, each and every single one of us has a story. And a bunch of us moved to LA. Well, started off over here in San Bernardino, out in the desert, and that's a long story, but that's kind of how we became the Runaway Band of Potawatomi Indians. We are not recognized federally, but we still, a lot of us speak our language. We know a lot of our traditions and our stories. By the way, the U.S. government changed our name to Blanchard. We used to be Noisy White Eagle. That was our surname. And the government said, that's ridiculous. So they changed us to Blanchard. And then, of course, some crazy man did some research for his second PhD and he found that out. And he says, I'm going to change it, but I want to be called Noisy White Eagle. I'm going to change it to Singing Eagle. That sounds nicer. So that's what happened to me. My Chinese name is Wei Xi Ying. That's another thing we'll talk about another time. Not now. Don't have enough time. By the way, up in Canada, I had a friend, their family name was Tobacco Juice. And they didn't like it, so they changed their name to make it sound more poetic. His name was Leo Nicotine, the late, great Leo Nicotine. I miss that guy. Up in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, he was Cree. We used to do sweats and pipe ceremonies together, but that's another story we don't need to talk about. What else do we need to know? First Nations Orthodox priest, yes. I'm an old priest. I'm a dad to 2 adult children, a boy and a girl, and a grandfather. Ooh. And also a veteran of the United States Coast Guard. They're getting a lot of negative press lately thanks to a certain orange ogre that is infesting the White House. But we don't need to get political right now. We got to stay focused on the class. What else? Okay, went to UC Santa Barbara, Eastern Washington University. That's where I got my 2 bachelor's degrees and then my Master of Fine Arts in English Native American Studies. University of Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma, word. Never mind, stop singing. That's where I did my PhD in anthropology with a concentration in Native Studies. And University of South Dakota, go Coyotes! University of South Dakota is where I got my other PhD in English with a concentration in Native literature. All right, so what else? After I got all these dang degrees, I didn't know what the heck I was going to do with myself, so I moved to Micronesia and taught English there for a couple of years. I lived in Taiwan for about 10 years teaching English over there. Also up in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, Canada. Go Canada! Never mind, stop singing. And then, of course, USA, the places where I've taught. Let me think. Oregon State University, over there in Bend, Oregon. Where else did I teach? Doggone it. Oh, yes, Concordia College, Alabama, and Talladega College, Alabama. And last but not least, here. And I like to say that I am devoting myself to Native education. Up in Canada, the school where I taught was First Nations University of Canada. Love that school. And now here, I love this school too. By the way, pipe carrier might not mean a whole lot here in the States, but up in Canada, that's a big deal because when they found out that I have my own pipe, the elders up there, oh man, they started dragging me into all these ceremonies, and it was awesome because I got to use a lot of the weird knowledge, sacred knowledge that I learned through the years for the benefit of fellow natives. But we don't need to talk about that right now. I've already spoken for 24 freaking minutes. But this is good. Stories. Remember, stories and literature are closely intertwined. But don't take my word for it. We'll talk about it again in a subsequent video. We're going to knock it off here at 25 minutes. Thank you so much for your patience. And I'll talk to you next video. Bye-bye.